Welcome back, Colonels. Today is Tuesday, April the 28th. Today, we're going to talk about two things. They're both going to be bacteria. So here we go. Let's go with 5 minutes here on the clock. All right, here we go. Yesterday we talked about viruses, and we talked about two viruses, the flu and mono, of communicable diseases. Today we're going to talk about other communicable diseases, but these are going to be bacteria. So we're going to talk about Staph and MRSA. They're both part of a family called Staphylococcus. All right, so Staph is oftentimes just shortened because it's a big long word. MRSA, MRSA, is oftentimes shortened. It stands for methicillin resistance. Now that's a key word: resistance Staphylococcus aureus. All right, so Staph, MRSA, they both can be treated with antibiotics. Okay. Every bacteria can be treated with antibiotics. That's a good thing. But if left untreated, it could become even fatal. And there's different types of staph. There's a type of staph, and probably the worst, called necrotizing fasciitis. My mother had suffered from it. She almost lost her complete arm from it. So it is scary stuff. So what do we have with this this horrible bacteria? So any type of opening that we would have in our skin, a cut, abrasion, something like this, and that bacteria would happen to get into it, all right, can cause a huge infection in your body. And this infection will spread very rapidly. This is a bacteria remember, bacteria can grow anywhere, so you can acquire it anywhere. Now, oftentimes you hear about it in gyms and locker rooms and things like that. Well, that's where bacteria likes to grow. A lot of times warm, moist areas that oftentimes aren't cleaned as thoroughly as they should be. All right, so what are some symptoms that we might get? Well, typically it will start off with a boil or a blister, and this boil blister can be very painful. Well, again, it can be transmitted from person to person, person to object, or object back to a person. And typically the incubation period is somewhere between 1 and 3 days. All right, so you might not even know that you have it for quite some time. But if you put an antibiotic in you, and it's hopefully a strong antibiotic, they might even go with something a little bit stronger than something basic like amoxicillin to make sure that they take care of it. So if you ever see your custodians at Dixie High School cleaning locker rooms and doing extra duties in terms of thorough, please go thank them because they're trying to make that as a safe environment as possible. If you're involved in wrestling and football, whatever the case is, where you might have a lot of contacts person to person, please be very careful. Make sure you are washing off, taking a shower, at least wiping down after your practices, because you don't want that bacteria to continue to grow in your body. That's it for today. Short and sweet. All right, tomorrow we will come back with two more. We'll talk about other type of bacterias and a fungal. So we're going to talk about something called pink eye, as well as ringworm, which is a fungal. So, all right, there you go. Take care.